Big Body God did it again. You woke up on the right side of the dirt, so let's give God a praise. This is John Lakin and Friends. What's up, everybody? This is your boy, John Lakin, and welcome to John Lakin and Friends. Welcome to John Lakin and Friends. We are so excited that you decided to worship with us on today. We have an incredible show lined up for you today. We're about to lift up a praise that says, "For me to live is Christ, and to die is gain," featuring the John Lakin and Friends choir.
I want y'all to clap your hands as we praise him. For me to live is Christ, and to die is gain. Come on, clap your hands right here. Come on. Come on. Everybody clap your hands. For me to live. Come on, say it. Live is Christ, and die is gain. For me to live is Christ. Come on, put your hands on it.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, John Lakin, and I'm super excited to let you know we are having a celebrate. We are celebrating 3 years of John Lakin and Friends, the television show. God has favored us to bring ministry in a different way to each and every one of you for the last 3 years. And how are we going to celebrate? We are going to have a Saturday brunch like no other. We're taking Jesus to the Comedy House Theater. The Comedy House Theater located in the heart of Columbia on Decker Boulevard. You don't want to miss it. May 18th. We're having incredible food, incredible musical guests. You have to be there. I'm telling you that it's going to be a wonderful experience. Stay tuned for information. It's going to be a breakthrough at the brunch.
In 2024, my family is worth fighting for. On Saturday, April 20th, starting at 10 a.m. at St. John Holistic Wellness Center, located at 230 J.W. Neal Circle in Hopkins, South Carolina, join us for a free family conference designed for the entire family, with classes customized for youth ages 8 to 17, adults, and married couples. led by leadership guru Dr. Stephanie Kirkland of Charlotte, North Carolina, and joined by other experienced professionals. Each participant will explore options for success. Let us provide a family-friendly, engaging environment at no cost to your family. We simply encourage the investment of your time. Lunch will be served along with access to information, resources, vendors, and fun. Spark a positive impact on your family that will become long-lasting. Register your family today on girlsofpower.org and call 803-319-2405 for more details.
Welcome back to John Lakin and Friends. We are super excited to have some real soul sisters in the studio with us on today. I'm talking about they're doing incredible things in the community. They have their own nonprofits, but they've come together for an incredible collective called the Stomp Out Crime Initiative. I have Dr. Juanita, I got my sister Dorlisa, and Dr. Tracy on the line. What's going on, ladies? How are y'all doing today?
Good. We are excited to be
doing well.
Oh, we are honored. So we first got to start from the beginning. Let them get to know who you are. Tell us a little bit about yourselves. Where are you from, Dr. Juanita?
I am here in Columbia in the Irmo area.
Okay.
And my organization individually is Rediscover Me Women Initiative, where we work with survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault. And my entry is from the mental health side of it. And I specialize in intergenerational trauma and neuroscience. Dealing with the brain, helping survivors to understand what their body and their mind is going through.
Wow. Now that is so loaded. There is such a need for that in our community, and that is beautiful. And so how did you hook up with my good girl, Dorlisa, Ms. Adams?
Dorlisa and another individual that's not here, Dr. Vanessa Guyton, actually came and kind of scooped myself and Dr. Tracy up and invited us to be a part in partnership for creating an event. We started out going after a grant from the city to put on an event that would bring the community together. And unfortunately, we did not get the grant, but we agreed collectively to put this event on, and we did, even if we had to pay for it out of our pocket, which we did.
I got it. But you know what? Purpose sometimes carries a cost.
Yes.
And you're not always sure how things are going to work out, but they always come together.
Yes.
And collaboration is so important. So Dr. Tracy, how did you get stirred up in the mix? And where are you from?
So I'm Dr. Tracy. I'm actually living in Tampa, Florida.
Wow.
And my organization, though, I started out in Blythewood, South Carolina.
Okay.
So I connected with Dr. Guyton with Hush No More. And again, she just kind of took me under her wing, and we just developed a friendship and then a partnership. And then I got the pleasure of linking up with Dr. Juanita and Ms. Dorlisa.
That is absolutely incredible. And what is your individual organization?
So the name of my organization is Restoration and Purpose Community Outreach. And what we do is we provide advocacy services for victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, human trafficking, and as well as homelessness. And they can come to our organization and get free clothes, free personal hygiene items. And we have limited financial aid gift cards that we can be able to give them as well.
Wow, how incredible is that? And Dorlisa, share with us, what is your individual? I mean, everybody has a nonprofit. That is absolutely incredible, because what you realize is that all of us have been impacted by life.
Right.
And we all are tackling what that situation that pulled on our spirits. We're actually trying to be a part of the solution. Right. So what solution have you availed yourself to be a part of with your nonprofit?
Yes, so my nonprofit is called Visions of Women.
Okay.
We started in 2014 on a college campus.
Wow.
And we are all about support, education, and leadership, raising awareness towards domestic violence. Also adding on the component of healthy relationships. And so we talk to our college students as well as teens about what an unhealthy relationship look like, as well as healthy relationships, and offering them resources.
Wow.
And so we're really big on the education piece.
Yeah, because, you know, the problem is a lot of people choose toxic situations, but a lot of times that's all we've been exposed to. So a lot of times when you see people in situations, like you said, that intergenerational situation, oftentimes they're recreating in life what they saw from previous generations. So all of you are touching on women's issues, domestic violence situations, ways to provide support to young ladies that are in their transitions from it sounds like from teenage years, even into their adulthood. What was the moment that you realized and recognized that you were called to such a powerful mandate? And the beauty of the call is that you were able to find co-laborers and sisters in the call for you to do it together. Is there a moment that you can remember that it was like, I gotta do something? Like this has to be the burden of my heart.
Yes. For me, Mr. Lakin, it was, I actually have a background in finance. And during the mortgage crash in 2010, I lost everything. Returned back to college, and I was going back for business finance. And somehow I got diverted, had to do an internship. Everything kept pointing toward domestic violence. Wow. And I ran from it. But I kept it, but nothing, all the doors, you know how God just blocked those doors. And so my doors kept being blocked. And finally, I just kind of threw up my hands. But the reality of what I bring to the table is my organization, as what you'll probably hear from most of the ladies, is that my organization is centered behind my mom and my sister who were impacted by domestic violence and sexual assault.
Wow, Jesus. And those are very close figures.
Absolutely.
For you to have to walk and journey through life with them and the different things that they've had to encounter and go through. What was that moment like for you?
So literally being in college, walking to my dorm room and God telling me to start a women's support group.
Wow.
The behind story to that is me seeing the unhealthy relationships my friends were going through. So I had a friend who was actually being physically abused on college campus. And so I had my unhealthy relationships as well, going through the ups and downs of, being cheated on, the emotional abuse, and for me, that was a sad time for me because, when you're that age, 19, 18, you're thinking like, oh, this is your forever, relationship. Yeah. But then you grow. And so.
Hold on. I got a question. I'm sorry to stop you. Why do you think that at that age, young ladies are so drawn to toxic situations?
Well, from what I see in the college realm, you see a lot of broken homes, a lot of students who don't have the best relationships at home with parents, and so you see people looking for love in all the wrong places. And so our women's support group has really become that foundation to let women know you are not alone in this.
Oh my God, that's powerful. That's powerful. Dr. Tracy, when did that moment happen for you?
So I am a survivor of domestic violence and sexual assault. And the moment that I was sitting on the floor crying, asking God, like, why is this happening to me? I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm going to church, I'm reading my word, and just everything. And then it's like God just spoke to me and said that, that is your ministry. You're unable to minister to women unless you have went through it. So he kept and he protected me, although I went through it. So now I understand when I'm out in the community and I'm helping other abuse victims, I understand what they went through and I'm able to relate.
So I have a hard question. For those of you that have gone through this and seen people go through this, where were the strong men that allowed you to feel safe? Or who did you feel like you could go to feel protected?
I will say for me, I didn't have that strong man. My father is deceased. And he was abusive to my mother as well. So I didn't have that male figure in my life. And I think that's part of the reason why I ignored the red flags, because I was looking for love. I wanted to be loved. And I didn't have that male figure So when someone said, I love you, I thought, oh, wow, they love me.
Wow. Wow. And so I think that I know that it can be seen as a woman dominant situation or subject matter that we're talking about. But the thing that I'm hearing in this is that there has to be the man support in the community. There has to be some sense of support there for there to be a safe space for people to be able to share. Because some people aren't able to share because it may be embarrassing to share.
Right.
And they don't want the public to know, because especially in the day of social media, I mean, Instagram, you want everybody to see how happy you are in your relationship, no matter how toxic.
Exactly.
Right,
Exactly.
Yes. So for me, because I was not educated on, at that time, on how to help someone who is being abused.
Wow.
I kept saying, you need to leave, not knowing, it can take a victim up to 7 times or more to actually to leave a physical relationship.
Jesus.
And so I learned from that. Unfortunately, what I know now is that will actually make someone stay in their relationship when you tell them to leave.
Because they feel like the decision's being made for them.
Right. And so the best thing to do is to give them a resource and let them know that help is here when you're ready, when you're ready to receive that help. And so I learned that along the way.
I got another good question.
Okay.
How do you address physical abuse and things, and mental abuse, verbal abuse, when it's in spaces that it don't belong, like religious spaces or professional spaces? It don't belong anywhere. But how do you address it when you see it creep its head in places that you never thought you would have found it? Either of you can answer.
Okay. It's kind of loaded because it all depends, because every situation, number one, every situation is not the same. So when you're looking at a faith-based community, first of all, we have to get through the gatekeepers.
Now, you got to break that down. I mean, that was like a boom, but you got to talk about this. Break it down for the people at home.
The reason, and you said something very key, John. You said we have to make it safe for people to be able to know that they can come and have that conversation. But if our laypersons, if our pastors, if our bishops, if our ministries are not set up to create that platform for survivors to know these doors are open for you to come in, because, and the reason why it's so important, guess where the first place that a survivor is going to go? Before the hospital, before the police department, and before our organizations.
Talk about it.
You see what I'm saying? And see, if we don't open those doors, if we don't make that accessibility available for them, then you have those that run back. Or if you have someone such as what we are probably, some of us are, have been exposed to, is a pastor saying, go back to your husband. Wow. Or this is what the word says, honor your husband, but your husband is abusing you. Your husband is verbally and mentally, when all of that is coming up, psychological, there are some wounds that you'll never see.
That's true. That's true. And I have a question. I know we got a room full of women, but are there instances where it's flipped, where the man is abused in a position where they are challenged because of how things are presented? And how do you all, with your organizations being geared towards women of domestic violence, how are you able to assist with the men that may need resources as it relates to that? And I know that sounds like a far out question for some.
No, it isn't. I work with men, but I work from the psychological perspective.
Wow. Now, so tell us, what does that look like? How do you talk to a man who's been broken down by abuse, and how do you reach them in that place psychologically in order for them to heal?
First, I will tell you, I thought I couldn't, and I avoided it for the longest.
Wow.
And it was my mentor, Dr. Vanessa, who's not here with Hush No More, who challenged me on it. And I was tricked into it.
Okay.
I was tricked into working with my very first male, and I have worked with 3. And I can tell you presently now, it's the same.
Wow.
For the same thing you're seeing with women is the same exact thing for men. The only downfall is the men have not been given permission.
Oh my God, that's wow.
They have not been given permission. And we are also, even though we advocate for women, our titles advocate for women, for families, that inclusive in that, guess what? Mm-hmm. If we don't work with, when we look at transgenerational epigenetic inheritance, generational curse, when we look at that, if we don't look at the whole dynamic of the family, we're missing a mark, because guess what? If we're starting from the head, and that's what I encourage you, we got to start at the head and let it work its way down. That's inclusive of that head is the head.
Yes.
And so making it a safe place for him to feel comfortable, to have this conversation, to know that you are not being judged, you're not being blamed, you're not, because when I go down this line, the dynamics of that line, and helping individuals to see learned behaviors, limited beliefs, begin to understand. I'm sorry, I'm in mode for working. But when I get you in this space of understanding what you have been through and how you try to process it, but you're processing that information from an unhealthy place, then it's like, wow. And, and to see, I'm used to being in a space with women crying, but it's very hard and, and horrific when that man finally released.
Yeah, because, a lot of people that I've known who have sessions with therapy, and even I've been to therapy before, they tell you have to unpack that.
Right.
And I would hear them say it for years. I was like, what are they talking about? What does it mean to unpack it? But it means that you have to really go through all of the emotions and all of the realities that are there that you sometimes refuse to face. And so I want to circle back to talk about this beautiful event that you all are doing. So you all came together. You have this coalition called the Stomp Out Crime Initiative, which is absolutely incredible. How does all of this tie into stomping out crime?
Dr. Tracy?
Okay, so I would say it's an opportunity for us to come together on this one day for the whole community to come out and share in building relationships where law enforcement officers are there, where the community is able to see the good that they're doing. They're able to come out and talk with the law officers. And we provide an opportunity for them to come and eat, free food, free clothes.
Wait a minute. And y'all giving free food?
Yes.
Free food, free clothes. And I want to make a shout out, because all cops aren't bad. All cops aren't bad cops. So we salute all of the good cops out there. Keep on being good.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask you one more thing. Awesome. Don't give us no tickets. Hallelujah.
Yes.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stop the interview for that. Hallelujah. But I think that this is a beautiful celebration. So tell us, when will this incredible event be taking place?
Saturday, April 20th from 11 to 3 p.m. 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
On April 20th. All right. And where is it going to be located?
It is going to be at the Paige Ellington Park behind the Firefly Stadium.
Oh, wow. Okay, downtown Columbia.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. And so we know that it's going to be a good time. Is there going to be music out there?
Yes. We have competition. We have individuals who have been competing at my house through Hollow Art. And they've been competing. So now we have how many? Six people that will actually be performing
for $500.
and competing for $500.
Is it too late to join that? Come on, we would love I know what to do with it. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
You know what? I want to take this moment to greatly salute you all. Stomp Out Crime Initiative is you're not standing by chasing ambulances.
No.
You're literally going and you're creating a safe space and a community, a network for these individuals to let them know if you find yourself in these situations and this kind of trouble, these are some of the resources that you're able to connect with and share with. And so we want to let you all know we're very proud of you all. And we got to shout out my brother who connected us, the good doctor, Jermaine Johnson, our representative. We're super proud of him as well. And so I think that this is a beautiful thing. Is there one last thought that you all would like to share concerning what you all do and what your event is going to offer on the 20th?
We want everyone to come out, but especially, John, we want our seniors to come out. We have a free health fair that is being organized and put on by the Columbia Police Department. So they're not only are we having free food and all the things that Dr. Tracy mentioned, but they can come out and get free health screening.
Wow.
They can get resources. We'll also have shuttles that'll bring them from the DHEC parking lot area down to the event. So we've really thought about everything to make certain that this is an enjoyable event for the entire family.
And this is a holistic event. So you're tackling food, you're tackling health, you're tackling domestic violence.
Yes.
It's very inspiring, and we salute you all.
Thank you so much.
In your journey, and we can't wait to see how incredible this event turns out for the 20th of April. At what time?
11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Listen, they go stomp out crime, and you do not want to miss it. How can you show your support? Please meet them there. All of this preparation has happened for the community. Show up and benefit from the vision of these incredible women, Dr. Tracy, Dorlisa, and my friend, Dr. Juanita.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for being with us on John Lakin and Friends.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. There's so much more to come after this on John Lakin and Friends.
In 2024, my family is worth fighting for. On Saturday, April 20th, starting at 10 a.m. at St. John Holistic Wellness Center, located at 230 J.W. Neal Circle in Hopkins, South Carolina, join us for a free family conference designed for the entire family, with classes customized for youth ages 8 to 17, adults, and married couples. Led by leadership guru Dr. Stephanie Kirkland of Charlotte, North Carolina, and joined by other experienced professionals, each participant will explore options for success. Let us provide a family-friendly, engaging environment at no cost to your family. We simply encourage the investment of your time. Lunch will be served along with access to information, resources, vendors, and fun. Spark a positive impact on your family that will become long-lasting. Register your family today on girlsofpower.org and call 803-319-2405 for more details.
We're about to get out of here, but before we do, I got a few people I want to shout out. I want to shout out my guy, Will Mosley. Thank you so much for watching John Lakin and Friends. To all of the Guyton family and the people who have stopped me and told me that they watch every Sunday, you all touch my heart. It means the world. To the Reese family, thank you all so much. And I want to shout out my nephews, Zion, PJ, Jordan, and Tootie. Thank you all so much for being a constant support for Uncle John. I want to let you all know that you might be going through the struggle, but those of you that are in the struggle, remember that God will get in it with you. Have an incredible Sunday.